Chiropractic was a radically different type of profession. The guy was a hardcore Buddhist. This is back in the 20s. He traveled the world, and he had the largest collection of Buddhist relics in the United States, in Davenport, Iowa. And this was something, he said all these things. We chiropractors work with the subtle substance of the soul. We release the prisoned impulses, a tiny rivulet of force that emanates from the mind and flows over the nerves to the cells and stirs them to life. We deal with the magic power that transforms common food into thinking, loving, living clay that robes the earth with beauty. That was what it was about. It was a spiritual healing art. I've come home more with emergence care to this, is really what it was about. Then he goes on and he says, have you more faith in a knife or a spoonful of medicine than in the power that animates the living world? When I was 9, I was hit by a car. At a young age, I started smoking a lot of marijuana. It was available, and it was just a way to check out of a hard time in life. And this voice started to talk to me, because it's true, it did, and it told me to stop. And that voice guided me, because I had no interest in the healing arts. I had no interest in spirituality. In fact, I was an atheist, heading to school to get a doctorate in philosophy, because that's the only thing that turned me on. The voice told me, by the way, to take philosophy classes, because I wasn't about to stop. When I was 15 years old, I've been smoking since I was 11. So I missed out on a chunk of life. It's like a guy who gets out of prison, and it was really like that. So the voice made me stop, and my life changed. Got it loud and clear, stop drinking, because I was hanging out with my buddies and we were just, doing what 19-year-old kids do. And I stopped, and my life changed. And I was 22, and it said, take philosophy classes, Penn Valley Community College. I was in downtown Kansas City. And then at 25, I sat in my office and said, get me out of this, get me out of this. It's been my experience that when I choose a direction in life, invariably, I wind up heading in a radically different direction, holding on for dear life. And I had no interest whatsoever in moving in this direction. I was happy, my life was flowing. I felt like I was actually living my life's purpose, really. I was traveling around the country, teaching people a beautiful healing art that was very fulfilling to me. When Nicole, my fiancée, was diagnosed with a very aggressive stage 4 breast cancer. That's enough to put the brakes on. It's enough to, you can smell the smoke because you're skidding. The direction you're going in, what's it really all about? Everything was different, life was turned upside down. So in the midst of all of that, the frantic, anyone who's been through this, you're searching frantically. What do I do? What really matters? And I'll tell you, it's helping someone through a desperate time. That's what led to it. We're going to go into common thyroid patterns. There's a lot of different patterns on how thyroid issues show up in a person's life. So let's look at some of those patterns, because everybody's is a little bit different. And again, I'm going to go into some lab stuff with it so you can see, hey, where do I fit into this? First pattern, number 1, is called pituitary-induced hypothyroidism. So obviously the pituitary gland is involved in this, and my thyroid is hypofunctioning. So I've got less than functioning.
The title of our petition is Don't Let Greedy Big Money Destroy a Thriving Small Business.
I'm just a barefoot Florida boy, wearing flip-flops in December and in November, January all year. And you know what they say, every day's a sunny day in St. Petersburg, FLA. Cookouts in the sun, plus swimming, so much fun. It's all you ever need to beat the heat. Tonight we'll jam on Treasure Island sand, St. Pete Beach, FLA.
This petition is a plea to save one small business in St. Petersburg, Florida, but the implications go far beyond our town. It's a classic David versus Goliath story.
The sun comes up, the sun goes down. It's another day in the burn.
Some people say true love is a soul's recognition of its counterpoint in another, and I think that's what we have before us today. So let's raise a glass of Dr. Pepper, or whatever you happen to be drinking, for the newlyweds and new BFFs, Corey and Summer.
What is this?
I thought you could enjoy some wine or a little
Have, like,
champagne.
champagne on the beach. I can't with you.
I'm always up to something, you know how that goes. But I thought that this could be a memorable time.
Okay.
I wanted to bring you out here so that I could tell you how much you mean to me.
Oh, babe. I love you.
I love you too. I remember the first time I met you. It was at that little bitty theater space over in Dunedin. Yeah, you remember?
My hair was so stupid.
It was really blonde.
I don't know if that's what I think of.
Yeah, it was blonde, but
Yeah.
I was. Need a little oh, you got it. It's funny, you always have to ask me to open it.
Not today.
So, champagne, what's the occasion?
I just want today to be one that we can remember.
Okay. Why is that?
Because.
Are you gonna get up?
Brittany, you are the woman that I have been waiting for. You are the medicine that has healed me. There's no one else in this world for me but you.
Oh my god.
I love you.
Yes, I will. Oh my
Let's
god.
make it official. Brittany Williams, will you marry me?
Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes. Love you.
I know my days are coming to an end. I have lived a good life, and I'm sure the Lord is proud of me. I learned to live and enjoy life when I set out on my one adventure a very long time ago. It was when the whole town of Salem had gone mad.